Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin pocket, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Marlo, Winnie, Nikki, Jasmine, Holly Golightly, Simply Telly, Stephanie, LaFrida, Lady J, Deshawn, Queen Divinity, Annabelle. What does that say? Caramel. What does that say? Was it Caramel? Caramel Amazon? All right. Lehan Hearts, Raphael, Stephanie, One Love, Shayna. I am BondyBlue, and we're back for Ratchet Reality. Who are you? Okay, listen. So movie reference. Movie reference. It's a white movie, but it has one of Black people's most loved white people in it. Y'all know there are like a few white people that Black people love. Okay, you can't tell us nothing about these few white peoples. Okay. And one of them is Jim Carrey. Okay, Jim Carrey is one of the white men that all of the Black people love. Okay, and Jim Carrey got this movie called Yes Man. It's literally one of my favorite movies. Me and Larry's favorite movies. We love to watch that shit to laugh. Hilarious. Who are you? Okay. I wanna smack your face and spit on you. I said, who are you? Who are you? Look, if you weren't there, you don't know. What's going on, everybody? We're about to get into growing up hip hop and love after lockup. Okay, I've already done Black Ink Crew. I've already done Weekends on Own. I've already done Candy in the Gang. Candy in the Gang. Okay. All right. I am no longer doing 911. I am doing This Is Us, Nikki. Yes, I am. I just have not gotten to it yet. Okay. I haven't gotten to any of the scripted TV first because, as you guys know, I am going back and having to watch 2 weeks of content. So for each show that I review. So it's taking me longer to get them out. Aha. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into growing up hip hop. Y'all know the Ooh Ladies first panel is tonight on J Lee's Corner. So come and see us. And y'all know, like, I might try to come to y'all for a BondyBlue show tomorrow afternoon. That's what I might, like, before I go and get my massage. I think I might try to do that. And then I'll come to y'all with scripted. Hopefully Friday evening, Friday afternoon, for those of y'all that care about that. Because I know a lot of y'all don't. But I still do it because, you know, All American and This Is Us and Sisters and all of that. But I have to watch it. So it's gonna take me a little time, y'all. All right. It's a whole bunch of shows that I have to kind of force myself to care about. So let's go ahead and get into growing up hip hop, shall we? So Sean tells TT she needs to make a step forwards towards Peppa. Okay, because for the wedding, Peppa sent a letter, and Sean feels like she's trying TT, try back, and this kind of pushes TT, in that direction. So she and Maureen, her mama, sit down and talk to Pep. Okay, and TT thinks that Peppa and her mom are plotting on her, and I'm like, plotting on you to do what? I haven't seen recent episodes of K Michelle's show, so I'm assuming that it is over. I know there was a last episode that featured one person, and the rest of it was updates on people who had been showcased throughout the season. I didn't care to go back. Sorry. So it is what it is. I don't care, so I'm not doing it. But if they come back for another season and I'm my interest is revitalized, then we'll revisit it. But giving me one new person on the episode mixed with a whole bunch of updates, yeah, I don't care. It wasn't interesting enough for me. So yeah, TT and Maureen talk, and TT thinks Peppa and her mom are plotting on her. TT says Peppa doesn't check Egypt and Sam, which she does not. Maureen needs to keep Peppa in line, okay? And I just kind of feel like, bitch, good luck. Good luck. Peppa be out here somewhere. We don't know, but we don't know if you can keep her in line. Okay. I do not like the language. The language that they were using, I guess, the keeping in line and all of that. Like, I don't know. Something about it must have irked me because I put that in my notes. Then here come Peppa, sitting down to talk to them. Maureen wrote a terrible letter to Peppa in Egypt, basically making them feel bad about this rift in the family dynamic. Okay. And she basically said, if y'all can't, act right, have a nice life. Deuces. Peace out. Bye. See you later, sucker. I don't give a fuck. Peppa admits that she has been enabling Egypt. Maureen is like, she is rude. She's rude and unorderly, and she needs to be reprimanded. Okay? Reprimanded. I love the way she split the word up. Here's the thing, and this is the weird part about the whole situation. Y'all know who Peppa is. Peppa is a child in her mind. Like, I know it seems like she's an adult, but she's a child in her mind. And we know she's probably never fully been a parent to Egypt like that. So Egypt, I think, is not going to listen to Peppa because she's angry that Peppa wasn't around. Okay? I think she's being honest about it now. But I think it's been hard for her to admit that because she was so happy to have her mom back around her. And then you have Sam. Sam is problematic, but because Peppa knows her daughter resents her for not being around, she doesn't want to say anything that will push her away further, like Sam is a leech and I don't think you should be with him. She's not going to say that because she sees how far gone her daughter is. And I think she also understands what it's like to be far gone over some nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like Peppa can't really do anything about Egypt. And everybody is just going to have to let bygones be bygones and accept the fact that Egypt is going to have to deal with whatever the circumstances of her relationship with Sam bring forth in her life. Like, she's just going to have to deal with that. She's another one of them young, dumb ones, y'all. Just young. Egypt is just young and dumb, y'all. Just young and fucking dumb. Sitting up there talking to us like we're stupid. Okay, about I'm an adult and I'm fully aware. And no, you're not. Your brain isn't even fully formed yet. Are you 20? Are you 25, 26 yet? Your brain is not even fully formed, Egypt. So the fact that you think you know better is ridiculous to me. You don't. You don't. If you knew better, then at this age in your life, you would be more focused on yourself instead of being focused on Sam. And you say shit like, oh, Sam doesn't stop me from doing anything. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And it's not because he tells you not to do it. It's because he puts himself in your life in such a position and he asks of you in a way that makes it so that you have to fit within the confines of the way he wants the relationship to go in order for you to keep his love. And because you already have abandonment issues from your parents not being there the way they were supposed to be, you want to hold on to fuck shit ass Sam because you don't want to lose another person in your life. So you holding on to Sam even though he's not good for you. I won't say that Sam doesn't love you, but I also feel like Sam is smart and acts like he's not asking anything of Egypt on camera, but I think he manipulates Egypt into thinking that things that she believes are her idea are actually his idea and something he's implanted in her mind that she will then go forward and think it was her own idea. Like, that's what I really think is going on with Egypt and this nigga Sam, okay? And so TT, being the smart woman that she is, had a problem with this relationship because she loves Egypt and because she cares about Egypt. And she doesn't have the abandonment issues that, you know, Peppa and in Egypt have. She don't have those issues with Egypt. So she can clearly say this nigga is a piece of shit and they don't need to be together. She can say that because she doesn't have any fear that Egypt is going to, you know, ostracize her from her life. Now that's what she did. But TT didn't give a fuck. It hurt her, but TT had to go on with her own life. She had to go on with her own life. But TT, your conversation with Peppa was stupid to me. You need to just get in a better place with Peppa because of Peppa. Not because you're expecting Peppa to check Egypt. Can your mom check you? She can, but it doesn't seem like if you don't want to listen, you will, because you argue back and forth with Maureen. So I don't know why you expect Peppa to be able to tell Egypt something. Egypt is a grown woman, as she said. And if y'all want to have a conversation with Egypt, then y'all need to do that instead of expecting Peppa to do it. Y'all so silly. Oh my God. He said he writes their music. I'm sure he does, y'all. I'm sure he does write the music. Is the music popping like that? Let me know. Tretch at first was doing the same thing Peppa was doing. But y'all see now Tretch has more of an issue with Sam now that Sam has gotten into, you know, the whole court situation. Because see, you putting my daughter in situations where she could go to jail or get harmed in some type of way. Now Tretch is looking at the situation differently. But I would just like to remind Tretch that everybody, Brianna, TT told you that Sam was up to no good and nobody wanted to listen. Nobody wanted to listen. We're gonna get into it. Hold up. We're gonna get into it. Okay. So Peppa admits that she's been enabling Egypt. And I'm glad that she sees that, but I don't know how much you can do at this point about it. She says that she will talk to Egypt. They all want to move forward. They miss each other. At Grandma's party, Egypt is on FaceTime. Brianna is there with Peppa's nephew, Chris. He wants Brianna and Peppa to talk, so Brianna will do anything for him, do anything for him so they talk. Peppa wants to know if they've had sex yet, because then Peppa will be able to gauge how serious the relationship is, because Peppa does not like Brianna, and Brianna is acting nice because she's all, digmatized by Chris. I'm like, okay, we'll see how long this lasts. I'm just saying, you don't like anybody else in their family, but you think you're about to like have a long lasting romantic relationship with a man in these people's family? Okay. This was irritates me with Peppa. Egypt situation is that they allow other family relationships to get involved in their relationship. Me having a disagreement with my cousin isn't my aunt's business. It's not, especially when everybody is grown. Like, it's really not. Peppa shouldn't have never took that position with TT. What you mean? Because I feel like Peppa took on that beef. Absolutely. Peppa took on that beef and was like standing in front of Sam. Y'all ain't gonna talk about the family. Like, get the fuck out of here. Peppa wants to know if they did it yet. Chris says that they are at 100, so they are offering an olive branch. He did something foul to Brianna, so they're not together no more. She said, her essay, she said he sexually assaulted her. Oh, okay. So now she listen. I hate to say that I can see things on people, y'all. I really don't like to say that because I know how that sounds. But when I saw him, I was like, same feeling. And I hate it, y'all, because when I first see people, because I don't know them, it's a slight feeling. And then I'll get confirmation and be like, damn, I felt that. So it makes me start to pay more close attention So when I feel like that about people, y'all know I had that same feeling on Black Ink Crew Compton. They showed us the old video of Nessie sitting on the sofa with old dude. I was like, he grimy as fuck. You can see behind the eyes that nigga ain't to be trusted. There are some people that pretend like they're being open and pretend like they're emotionally involved, and they're really not. And you can tell by the way they kind of like move, and like it's an energy that they have that you can tell that they're gonna perpetrate something, or that their feelings aren't really there, like the emotion, the kindness. They're faking it. It's not really in them, and you can feel it and see it sometimes. And when Brianna was standing there with that dude at that party, I was like, he is not to be trusted. Like I was like, his energy felt real off to me. But yeah, moving on from that, JoJo puts together a romantic dinner for him and Denise. And she cries about being in denial, about being depressed. And he was like, see, I was just trying to get you to admit that, something was going on. And they talk about how TT and Sean's wedding showed her that having a strong partner is important. And he tells her he supports her, and they cry together, and it's beautiful. And that's great. And that's great, but I want to reference the fact that JoJo, I understand that you now have come to this conclusion that you needed to treat your wife nice, but I don't like the fact that I watched you talk to her crazy and act like a fucking child for a few episodes before you decided to do what you should have done from the beginning, which is create this type of environment for her to feel beautiful so that you wouldn't be arguing, like you were arguing for her to pay more attention to you when you needed to provide the environment for that to happen, which means no other people, as comfortable as possible, no babies, just the two of y'all, where you can be romantic with her and pour into her, and then she can do the same to you once she feels like you're pouring into her cup. But what you don't understand is that you're, as a man, expecting her to pour from an empty cup. No matter that she's empty, she's still supposed to find a way to fill your cup because she's a wife and you're a husband. And so that means that whatever she's going through doesn't matter, right? Because the position that y'all have in each other's lives is what matters the most. So yeah, this little scene was romantic, but I don't know if JoJo is pretending to be a shitty partner for the show, or if he really is a shitty partner and just knows how to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? Is it just me? Let me know. Okay. Twist and Maya, y'all know Twist is really trying to show us his girlfriend. Yeah, I really liked Twist when I first started watching this show. And the more I watch him, the more I see him is like a stereotypical dust bunny, ignorant minded nigga that I wish was intellectually and just mentally better, emotionally better. I do. I wish that Twist was better because I have liked Twist. But Twist pretends to be a good guy. And something about his relationship with the Maya girl, is it fucked up that I feel like he's on the show with the Maya girl to nanny boo boo everybody? Like, is it just me? Like, I know I'm probably tripping, but a lot of the way Twist presented Maya to us was, oh, look at my Asian girlfriend. She's better than all the other Black girls that I fucked with. Like, that's not what he said, but he did say that she was better. Then I add that with Twist being the, Lil Wayne, dope head, look-alike, take hits for white people, but then, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. Because I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong about this. He just met that girl and just really liked her. They vibed, and that's what it was. It's not in any way to upset, agitate, or nanny boo boo Black women who don't really we're not upset about it. But the energy of it sometimes feels like, oh, this is better than Black girls. Oh, look what I have. It's better than the Black girls. Like, the Black girls don't feel any way when we see you with someone genuinely. At least I don't. Because I would date, I have, and I would date outside of my race. And I have also dated Asian. Not dated multiple, okay? But I've dated an Asian woman, okay? Um, and I say that because that's not like a normal thing for Black girls to like date outside of their race, though, you know, the way I have. Like my main boyfriend in middle school was white, like, like, you know, at school, and then at the, you know, and then at home, and then at church. You have your boyfriends in different places when you're growing up, right? And I'm not saying a Black girl should want Twist. That's not what I'm saying. But it's the energy of the way he brings her on the show. And that's why I feel like I didn't want to say anything, because it gives the idea that Black women are out here worrying about y'all, and we're not. But we just sometimes notice that y'all are always bringing in other women to compare to us when we're not even really worrying about you. But because you haven't directly said it, I can't vocalize that without people thinking that I'm tripping or, you know, whatever. But it's a vibe that I'm getting off of him that is coming off problematic. What are you guys saying? Okay, I like Twist because he has some good, charismatic, fun personality, but his toxic ways dims his growth and glow as an individual. Yes, he's very toxic in some ways. Black girls don't want Twist. Twist has gotten extremely disrespectful and irate with Black women. He did it with Cree. And so then when you bring your Asian girl on there and put her on a pedestal for everybody, I'm remembering how you treated the Black girls on the show, and now how you're putting your Asian girlfriend on a pedestal. That's what's happening. Got it. Boom. I was like, I'm feeling this way for a reason. It's not for nothing. Like, I'm feeling this way for a reason. And I think that's what's going through my mind when they're showing us these scenes with him and that girl. Because it's like, oh, look at all the respect you show to your Asian girlfriend. Do you show this same respect to the Black women around you? Because it feels like you don't. Like, you being friends with Brianna, like, so what? Like, Brianna, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way you treated Cree, a dark complected Black woman. It's a theme. I just finished talking about on Black Ink Crew, how I saw the way they put the Asian women, you know, on this pedestal and show them respect that we've never seen them show the Black women on these shows. And as a Black woman, I'm sorry, but if I feel it, I know that some of y'all feel it too. You know what I'm saying? Okay, y'all feeling me. I understand what you mean about the vibe. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? He definitely said she was the only one that he really decided to take serious, and I wonder why. Him taking that hit for Justin was a setup I saw coming from a mile away, just how the media portrayed them hanging out. Yeah, like he was dirtying up the white boy when it was probably, you know what I'm saying, a little vice versa-ish, or a little bit of both. Both people being friends in the first place because they both come into the table with some bullshit. Totally agree with you about Twist. Okay, so I'm not the only one that's seeing what's happening here. Okay, because I just sometimes when I'm seeing something that I feel like isn't being vocalized, I wonder how people perceive when I say it, you know. But yeah, it feels like a theme, you know. So yeah, Eric is in the studio with Bone. Okay, we thug is rugged, always, always. Listen, Bone be working on my nerves on this show. Lazy be working on my nerves on this show sometimes, even though he has always been my favorite Bone under Crazy. Because Crazy just always used to, Crazy is just so like, you know, this beautifully tall Black man with plaits that's just cool and, you know, just giving a very like cool vibe, you know. Like, I just always love Crazy. I mean, Crazy's do like, it's just his voice. His voice was just, I mean, all their voices, but Crazy's voice was one of my favorites. Like the way he would like hang in the base of his voice, like you could hear Crazy's voice to me in the chorus of the music more than anybody. We thug is rugged, was always, always. Even though it's everybody, like his voice is the deepest one. Look into my eyes and tell me what it is you see. Like, you get what I'm saying? Lazy looks younger than Eric. Lazy looks good to say he done been through all the things he been through. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely, his skin is moisturized. Okay, the money has done well. Okay.
And shout out to not letting the drugs get to you too tough. Because, you know, the drugs got to some of the bones, bro. But yeah, Eric is in the studio with Bones. Sequoia comes in, and Eric says that TT and Sean didn't invite him to the wedding, and he says maybe it's because they had some flirtation. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm sorry. I didn't even really like TT like that. My nigga, TT was never about to fuck with you, son. Like. You flattering yourself like a motherfucker. Like, you such a bitch. That girl don't want you. They didn't invite you to the wedding because they not cool with you like that, man. Just take the L and press. Sitting up here talking about they didn't invite me because there was some flirtation. Boy, bye. Boy, you still got braids. Don't nobody want you with that lady that you with. The lady that keeps taking you back. Eric. Like, let me tell you the thing about Eric. Can I read you for a second, Eric? Eric, let me read you for a second. The problem that I find with you, Eric, is that as accomplished as you may be as a man all on your own, you have gone through your entire life with using your father's name to feel confident, to feel validated. So you're really insecure as a person. You're insecure as a man because you feel like you could never fit your daddy's shoes. Even though essentially your daddy wasn't shit, like Eazy-E did, he's a godfather in hip hop, but you fucked over the artists that you managed. Like, it wasn't just Jerry. You were a part of fucking over the artist because you knew it was happening and you allowed for it to happen, and then you found a way to capitalize off it, which is why everybody stopped fucking with you. So you really wasn't shit. Just like a lot of these niggas wasn't shit. And then you left, you know, you passed, unfortunately, because you was out here, you know, having sex unprotected and being a hoe. And, you know, that's sad. You know, nobody deserves to die because they wanted to be a hoe. Like, nobody deserves to die because they wanted to be a hoe, y'all. Let's be clear. But it's what happened. And now you have all these children that you leave behind to all of these women. And Eric is one of the oldest. He's your namesake. And because he has never gotten to that level in entertainment, he feels like he's not like a man. He feels like he's not secure. Eric, you're not secure in yourself because you feel like you're not matching your dad. And the funny part about it is, if you were older, you would probably realize that your daddy wasn't shit, and you shouldn't really even compare yourself to him in that way. You got his name and you got the clout that comes along with being his son. Let that be it. But stop comparing yourself to him and be a man all on your own. And I know you think that you are being a man all on your own, but if you were, you wouldn't do these insecure, bitchy things that you do all the time. Like the messy shit, being involved in stuff you shouldn't be involved in, and having moments like this where you feel a way about not being invited to TT and Sean's wedding. Because you like, nigga, I'm a millionaire too. I got my money too. And y'all still playing me like a soybean burger bitch. Like I'm on the outside of the Russell Simmons, you know, like he's a less celebrity kid. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's just be real. Let's be fucking real. You feel like you're the less celebrity kid. And because of that, you want to sit up here and try to act like the reason why is because TT wanted you? That's some bitch made shit. That's some bitch made shit, my nigga. So to me, that shows that you are insecure as a man because you could have just been like, you know, maybe it was COVID restrictions. You know, we cool, but we ain't cool like that. So they probably didn't want to invite all of those people. And you wouldn't take it personally. Eazy is a legend because Eazy brought you some of the best talent that hip hop has seen. Bone Thugs and Harmony and NWA were all put together by Eazy. And it's because Eazy really did have a gift for recognizing talent. But is it really hard to recognize talent in the hood? All of the hood niggas is talent if they're given the opportunity to be talented. If they're not killed before they get there, if they're not trying to scratch and survive good times and they can work on a fucking art, then they can create that. And it's always somebody there to come in and take advantage. And that's what Easy did. That's why he still ain't shit. But he still was the person that believed in and put the money behind the artists that we know and love today. So he helped them be seen. He helped them get into the industry so we can see them. So yeah, I'm going to give him his respect as far as that's concerned. But ultimately, as a person and as a man, he probably wasn't shit. Based off what we know. You probably wasn't shit. You a drug dealing thug that lucked up and found some talented kids that you could put money behind and that you can promote and make money off of. And that's what you did until you died. And you were falling off when that happened because everybody found out that you were cheating them and stopped fucking with you. So yeah, that tells me you probably wasn't really shit. Then you got all these kids by all these different women and they fighting and all of that type of shit. Yeah, like personally, you probably wasn't a good person, Eric. Eric, you're there for your kids, Eric. Eric, you married Aaliyah and you take care of her. Eric, you figured out a way to make millions of dollars outside of the music industry. Eric, you really, really should give yourself a break and stop comparing yourself to your daddy. As soon as you start feeling yourself as a man in a genuine, real way, you will stop doing the bitch ass things that you have a tendency to do that show everybody that you feel insecure and you feel inferior to the people around you because their fame eclipses yours or your dad's. The Simmons kids had reality shows and shit growing up, and you probably had to struggle a little bit. You had his name and his connections, but that don't help when the 90s is turning into the 2000s, the 2000s turning into the 2010s, and niggas who was on top back then don't have the same power and clout as they do moving forward, and the industry is different, and real niggas ain't real no more. All of that shit. Come on, bro. You went to jail too. You struggled too, right? Then just find pride in who you are as a man and stop comparing yourself to your daddy's, misogynistic hip hop bullshit legacy. No disrespect, Yeah. Y'all don't be wanting to hear it, but it's the truth. And you could tell because of the way he acts, and also because of the way he's constantly, I'm Lil Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? For real, Eazy-E didn't even bring in NWA. Doc did. They brought Eazy in because they needed someone to do that song, Boys in the Hood. That's my shit, too. Woke up late at around 10. Compton soon before my mother started bitching about my friends. Look, I ain't gonna stop. That's my shit, though. That's my shit. He did bring in Bone, and I will always have love for Eazy because of him bringing in Bone. Like, Bone Thugs and Harmony can be some of the most decrepit niggas ever. I will always love them for that music, boy. Always love them for that music. Especially because when I was growing up, Bone Thugs and Harmony was one of them groups that connected me with my family, that made me feel good when I was sad. To this day, Days of Our Lives is one of the songs that I put on for a plethora of reasons. It's the chill rap song that I love. It's a smoke song. And then it just makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? These are the days of our lives. Like, don't even come into my world and you can see that we are more than thugs, more than thugs, more than thugs, more than thugs. With just a little twist of harmony, but smoking lethal warriors, 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 warriors. And then on top of that, like Bone is one of those groups that really pay attention to how sounds affect the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of rappers and artists don't pay attention to like the sound waves and all that type of shit. Bone is very specific about the harmonies and about the way that they created their music to sound a certain way and give off a certain vibe. Them niggas not even from California, and you can't tell me that them niggas vibe is not the vibe that you feel about Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. They created a vibe that's present in a place that they're not even from. Niggas is talented. Okay? The niggas is crazy. The niggas is talented. I love these niggas. Okay? But yeah, y'all, Eric ain't shit. Angela and Vanessa go to get Angela's eggs frozen. Well, talk about getting her eggs frozen. Y'all, I thought that was very y'all, this happens a lot where things go on shows that have like literally just happened to me in life. Or similar. I was having a conversation with my sister about freezing eggs. And she was just like, you need to freeze your eggs. If you're not ready yet, freeze your eggs. Okay. She was telling me that she really feels strongly that young women should do that before it get too late. So it was so funny because this is the same conversation that Angela was having this episode. She also had the same conversation with her business partner who was saying the exact same thing to her. Child, I don't know why Vanessa is on the show. We don't know anything about Vanessa's life. We don't know anything about what's going on in Vanessa's life. She just always shows up to aggravate the dog shit out of Angela and be messy with TT and Tanise and them. But Angela, her son wants a sibling, but she don't have a man right now. So it's like, I ain't got no man. I can't give you no sibling, boy. Get the fuck out of my head. But, let's go see about getting these eggs frozen for when that time does come. It costs $15,000. She got to take 3 days of shots just so that, not 3 days, 3 shots every day for a week. Like, it's an really extenuous. I really hope that I'm able to get pregnant naturally. Because between the way IVF work and implanting the embryo and all of that shit, bro, that shit just seemed like a lot. To get the eggs from you, you got to take all of them shots. Then you got to go through 2 different, you might have to go through 2 different ones in order to get the most eggs. The shit costs $15,000. $10,000 to $15,000 per time that they do it. That's nothing to Angela. That's a lot to me. Okay. Sam is in the studio looking like a crackhead. Can we talk about that? Sam was in the studio this last episode and Lacey came in there and he talking about how he writes the music and he's responsible for some of Egypt and Pepper's music. I'm like, what fucking music has Pepper come out with recently that you wrote, nigga? Stop it. Stop it. And even if you did, you sound weird as fuck arguing for, or not even arguing, but vying for the spotlight with your girl and her mama, who's a fucking legend. After you have already rolled those legend coattails until you couldn't anymore. Sam looks fucked up. Sam is not genuine. And when Egypt was talking about how she's ready to get married to him, I said, he's obviously on drugs. He's facing a case. He's in the sunken place. And you want to marry him. You want to tie yourself legally to him. Why? I want to be married to you. I want to be married to you. What? Oh my God. Okay. You pregnant. I don't know why I said Mucinex. Say you pregnant right now, about to be 36. All right, now let's not forget the millions you about to spend over the next hold up, I missed it. It moved. Shit. It moved over the next 21 years, right? He's a weirdo. Why did Pepper allow this to happen? They are married, right? Sam and Egypt are married now. On the show at this point, they are not. Because they have the conversation to go and elope. And he did not want to do it. Like the look on his face, y'all, he was making excuse after excuse about why they should not do it. And it really did make me feel like it's a mind game. Like, I think he tells Egypt, he plants a seed. And then when Egypt brings it up, he like, nah. We shouldn't do that. But then they end up doing it. I think it's something that he does to control her. I don't know, y'all, but something about their relationship feels unhealthy to me. She's codependent. He has children he already doesn't take care of. And now we're about to find out that they eloped because she's pregnant, right? We're going to assume. We're going to assume for now that they're going to decide to elope because she's pregnant. I think he was saying no until she says that. And that's when he'll decide that they should go ahead and get married. Go ahead and elope to Vegas and get married. Because she looked pregnant in the pictures. But it does feel like she has been groomed and manipulated. Yeah, no, Peppa definitely comes off like somebody that is constantly holding a cocktail with some type of pill nearby. I don't know why. But I feel like he manipulates her. I think he plants a seed and then she thinks it's her idea. And then he'll be like, no, maybe we shouldn't do that because this, they wouldn't like this. And then she's like, no, fuck that. We're going to do it because it's us. And he's like, nah, I don't know. Because you know how they're going to feel. And he knows it's going to make her be like, man, fuck that. This is about us and I'm grown. Yeah. It's giving, I'm going to be young and dumb because I don't want everybody around me to be right about this nigga not being right for me. And you know what's so crazy to me is that I feel like I'm getting to an age where young people, like where I look at them and when I see them doing things, like for instance, when we were talking about in Bad Boys LA, and I said that Relly B was an alcoholic, and all of these, young kids are giving me all these excuses about why that's not alcoholism, as if alcoholism isn't simply abusing alcohol. And abusing alcohol means you're drinking to the point where you're out of control. But in their minds, they have created a narrative that says, I'm not an alcoholic. I just like getting fucked up. Because they've heard people say that, not knowing that people were saying that, knowing that they was alcoholics. And now your young ass think that you're doing something different, but it's the same thing. And so I look at it, and it's with Egypt, a lot of them. I look at them and I'm like, wow, it's because y'all young. Y'all really don't see it. And it's as plain as day to me. It's plain as day. And Sam being toxic is as plain as day. Not being healthy, manipulating Egypt, plain as day. Egypt is going to turn around and look at her life at some point and either be vacant on the inside like her mom or be resentful of the decisions she decided to make. And it's as plain as day to me. But she doesn't see it, and she thinks that because people are on the outside looking in that they don't know. And it's like, no, we know what we're seeing. We know what we're seeing because we've seen it so many times. That's the thing a lot of young people, I feel like, are not realizing, that when older people are saying things, it's not because we want bad for you or we don't want you to be happy. It's because we're seeing a pattern that we've seen repeated time and time again. And Egypt and Sam are a Whitney Bobby pattern we have seen time and time again. I've been in relationships myself that were abusive and I should not have been in, but because it was me and that motherfucker against the world, I had to be abused. I had to go through it. I had to be hurt. I had to have my heart broken in order for me to be able to look at that situation and see it for what it was. The only difference between me and them is that I was in my teens. I was in my early 20s. By the time I got 27, 28 years old, you wasn't going to do that same shit to me again. A lot of people ain't like that. They keep making the same mistakes over and over again with the type of people that they get in relationships with. You got to start picking out the negative things about people that hurt you so you don't keep doing it. But Sam and Egypt are definitely, Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, all of those abusive, fucked up relationships that y'all romanticize. Yeah. The sad thing is she will be resentful, and hopefully it doesn't make her stay longer just because she's been there. Because they do that too. They do that too. Oh, it's been so long. All the aunties ain't hating. I'm telling you, especially the aunties that have no reason to hate. Y'all really be out here thinking that some of these like older women that are single and have money, like y'all think that they be like hating on y'all because y'all in some like toxic relationship with a nigga. And it's like, no, those old rich people have peace. They have peace. Therefore, they can see clearly because they don't have anybody pissing them off and obstructing their view with bullshit. Y'all may not want to believe that. Like, relationships are great, y'all. I love my husband. I like being a married person. I'm a relationship-oriented person. But I do not think that everybody that's not in a long-term relationship is hating on somebody in a long-term relationship. Like, that's not that's not how any of this goes. A lot of people that are, especially Black women that are older and single and have, you know, financially stable, comfortable lifestyles, those people are not hating on you and your struggle, love. I promise. They do. Listen, every time Egypt comes in, she looks high. She'll be looking high off weed, so I leave her alone. That nigga in the studio with the dark circles around his eyes, but his eyes bugging out his fucking head. I feel like Lazy is the one that goes to talk to people when they on drugs or something. Lazy is here to give y'all the after school special on doing drugs. Want to be like my homeboys? Hmm? Yeah, we still doing shows and shit, but you know, one of them niggas, you know, he can't talk to him for too long. Nigga on the wall some fucking well. You know, he got to go in there and give him the stories about the long-term effects of y'all being on drugs. Because y'all think y'all can just party and have a good time. And by the time you get older, you're not going to have issues in your body and in your mental that leave you incapacitated in some ways because you didn't ride your shit with some of these hard drugs for years. Lazy is there to give y'all after school special conversations. That's why he was the one that went and talked to Sam. And because he's the only one that'll film with everybody. What else happens? Ooh, TT and Egypt meet up at Egypt's place. It's awkward. Egypt says that she wants to move on. TT needs her own wine out of the car. First of all, I love the fact that TT had to go get her expensive red wine because she won't buy drink this cheap shit with them. Oh, I'm gonna go get my bottle out of the car. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get my bottle. Bitch, you should have came to the door with that bottle. You should have came to the door with that bottle. But I guess she didn't know what it was going, you know, what it was going to be hitting for. The conversation was tiresome to me because I can see that they want to forgive each other, but I could also feel like TT doesn't need to apologize for anything. TT just expressed that Sam was not right for you because he's clout chasing. He's trying to use you to get somewhere. Like, y'all are famous. You have to know that a lot of people that are going to come in contact with you are only going to want to be with you because you come with famous parents that can get you on growing up hip hop. Egypt? And I know you think that Sam is not like that, but yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He absolutely is. TT was right. TT was not wrong. You know what made it fucked up to me? When they showed us that clip of Sam telling Egypt, you know, your cousin want me. That's your cousin that grew up as your fucking sister. Loved you your whole life. And you let that nigga, and this is what niggas like him do. And I want y'all to pay attention to men who do these things. Men who try to create discord amongst women because they want the women to be weaker. So TT is going to direct you correctly about how he isn't to be trusted because she can see it because she's not fucking him. So you listen to him instead, which is insane because that's your fucking cousin that is like your sister that has been in your life every day. And you really think that she would try to hurt you in that way when that's not even the way she roll and this nigga isn't even her type? If Sam was a rich white man, we'd be having a different conversation. But he ain't that. He ain't that. He's not coming to the table with anything. Sean is coming to the table with something. TT is not the type of person that's going to be with somebody like Sam. So the fact that you even listened to him or heard him say that to you, knowing he was trying to create separation between you and your cousin, that should have been a red flag for you, Egypt. Egypt, that man came to you in your face and lied to you and told you that TT was trying to fuck with him. And TT was not trying to fuck with him. And you won't even deal with that. You're going to sit up here on this show having this conversation with TT acting like she owes you an apology for something when your stupid fucking boyfriend lied on her so that he could keep you from finding out the truth about the situation, which is that he ain't shit. And you really think that y'all have both, she kept saying, oh, you know, we've both said things. We've both done things. No, bitch, no, we both have not. No, we both have not. All I said was Sam is not to be trusted. He's not. Where's Sam's kids? Sam is not to be trusted. Nigga told you that. You got mad. Sam lied on her. And then you decided to then put it out there that Sean cheated on TT. But somehow TT owes you an apology? That don't even make sense to me. And I don't even like TT like that. Let's be real. Egypt is so mad because everyone is telling her what she already knows. That's the messed up part. She can't leave, but she knows they are right. Egypt left him violated and joined in the violation. Left who violated? Egypt runs towards where red flag, stealing money from Pepper, blaming Troy, getting him fired, and then becoming Egypt's manager should have been a red flag. Y'all telling me shit that I wasn't here for. Damn. And they Jamaican. Most Jamaican women don't be playing with another woman, man. They don't? I don't know. I feel like there are thoughts in every nationality. Wasn't Sam already grown when Egypt was under 18? The reason why Sam got with Egypt is so he can be impressive to somebody. She worships the ground he walks on, and she doesn't realize it. I read somebody on Instagram posted that she had a conversation with her boyfriend. She was like 18 or 19 and he was 25 when they got together. It was on one of the blogs, and she said that they had a conversation, and he admitted that the reason why he got with her was because he wanted to mold her. Okay? And so you have to understand that when somebody is trying to mold you, it's because they want to. Men realize that women are catering personalities. So once we love you, we're going to learn you, and we're going to do everything that we can do to make you happy. Especially catching us young. And when we don't know, and we don't know how to check for certain things, and we don't know when you're manipulating and when you're hurting, and we don't understand it all. So that's why they catch you when you're young, before you can build the knowledge that these niggas ain't shit. I gotta watch out for myself. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kanye, remember Kanye said that when they asked Kanye how he felt about your boy getting with Kylie when she was young after he broke up with Blac Chyna, and he said you got to get them while they're young. That was like one of the first times I was like, oh, Kanye is not people. He's not people. We thought he was people. He's not people. Because once he said that, I said, okay, predator. Now, it may not show itself the way it shows itself in other people, but that's a fucked up mentality to have, that you should be with some underage girl so that you can get her while she's young, so you can train her up. And he vocalized that out loud. So that's what they do. When you find 20-something-year-old adults with teenagers, something is wrong there. Do you fucking hear me? Stop lying to yourselves and acting like that shit is cool. It's not. You know why? Because when you healthy and you 21 and you 22 and you 23, you don't want a teenager. When you 25, you don't want a fucking 18-year-old. You want somebody that can go out to the clubs and drink with you. A man that wants to be with a girl that's that much younger than him, that she can't even drink, is because he wants to control her. Because he wants her to be at home and listen to him while he's out in the world doing whatever he wants to do. And he also wants to be impressive to her, because he's not impressive to the women that are his age. That's another thing I noticed about you lame niggas. You lame niggas that act like y'all are good guys, but y'all 25, 26, 27, and y'all get with 18, 19-year-old girls so that you can groom them and control their minds. And then y'all get mad when those women become real adults and start, in their 30s and all of that, and start looking at you like, boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. So that's what Sam did with Egypt. And TT and everybody around recognized it, but because Pepper and them are, trying to not upset her, Kanye's statement was him telling the truth. It was. It absolutely was. And that's unfortunate. I don't like him. I don't think it's more than TV, but maybe it's acting. And I think it's more. Oh, yeah, no. It's more than TV. It's more than TV, because these things that are happening with them are happening when they're not even taping. That fight shit You know what I'm saying? Like that happened. Like that just shows how they out here wilding, if you ask me. And they're on camera looking fucked up, y'all. He looked loaded as shit, and not in a good way in that studio. Me and Lyric was watching that shit last night. Like, what's wrong with this nigga? Look at this nigga's face. They already know that a 40-year-old is going to respond to the bullshit differently than a 20-year-old, usually, anyways. Yeah. But our culture is so quick to blame the girl and say she got daddy issues, or older women call the young girl a fast tip. Exactly. I can't stand when I hear that shit. I feel like anytime somebody won't call a woman a hoe, I need you to trace it back. Because if you trace it back, you'll find a nigga that did something to her for her to turn into a hoe. Girls don't just turn into hoes out of nowhere. Somebody helped them along. Him being charged for a fight is a storyline. I couldn't find anything on him being arrested. Ooh, come on and tell the truth. Egypt's hairstyle and attitude changed. Child, I want her to stop looking so loaded all the time. She looked loaded all the time. Oh, Pepper's definitely a pill popping old lady, allegedly. That's what it looked like. Anyway, y'all, we done talking about growing up hip hop. Before we move on, like the video for me, please. All right, girl, hold up. Let's see. Indy and Harry. Let's start off with Indy and Harry. Okay, y'all know I still don't have all of my screenshots for these people, but we're going to make it work. Y'all, Indy and Harry are on the new season of Love After Lockup, okay? He got out of jail, and he got out of jail at midnight. And instead of going straight to his sister's house where they're supposed to be staying, child, that sister and her Suzette Quintanilla, girl, looking like Suzette in the motherfucking early 90s. Okay. If y'all know who that is. But anyway, they had like cooked food and shit and was at the house waiting on him when he got out of jail at midnight. He decided to go and buy burgers and then bring them to his friends. I'm guessing like go get burgers and then bring them back to the niggas at the halfway house and then go and see his people, I guess. And his family was all at his sister's house waiting on him. So they felt extremely disrespected by the fact that he did not care that they were waiting on him and decided to do that instead. They didn't get back to the sister's house until 3 a.m. His sister was pissed off and she asked him to apologize. He doesn't want to because he's an asshole. He like, when I was watching him, I'm like, okay, so he's exactly who I thought he was. We'll get into it. But Indy started to cry and says that she isn't ready for this because of the way he's acting. So they go to a hotel, they fuck, okay, all and I don't know how they fuck because wasn't the baby in the room with them? So I don't know what that was about, but ew. I mean, I guess, but ew. I'm just saying, if your little girl woke up in the middle of the night and saw you getting fucked by a nigga she don't really know like that, that's gonna harm her in life. I don't know if you know about that, but Indy, when your little girl get old, she'll have issues because of the way you decided to move her around like a piece of fucking luggage while you went through the whims of being with a child that just got out of prison. Because Harry is a fucking teenager. Harry is a teenager. He doesn't even look like a grown man. Why do you want to be with him? He's abusive. He talks down on you. He has nothing to offer you, and he doesn't want to be in a committed relationship with you. Why do you want to be with him again? Okay, girl. So he forgot to check in with his PO. So now he has to get an ankle monitor. And the PO called Indy his little pen pal. That nigga on parole for 15 years. He's going back to jail. They go back to Harry's sister's place. And Indy apologizes first. And I'm like, Indy, why are you apologizing? This is him. He should be apologizing, not you. And his sister is like, that's all well and good. You can stay here, but I still need to hear something from him because he's just sitting there. And I'm just kind of like, see, this is a problem. This is a problem. This is the first problem. This is a man, right? It's a man. He has a dick. He's a man. Okay, then let him speak to his sister about the way he disrespected her in her time. Let him do that, child. So, hold up. They sit down. And she says, listen, I don't appreciate the way you just disrespected everybody. He was like, I wanted to get burgers. I just would have thought that y'all would have cared more about how I was feeling since I'm the one that just got out of jail. This is the problem that y'all have. Y'all throw parties and y'all aid men who go to jail for shit that they did like they didn't do it. Y'all act like, it was an unfortunate situation, like somebody did something to Harry instead of Harry getting himself in that situation, right? And now he is feeling like y'all were being inconsiderate of him because y'all were upset that y'all felt like he was being inconsiderate of y'all because he did not come to the house like he was supposed to. He went and gave burgers to some people who not gonna do nothing for him. Like, so go shit on your sister who's providing you a place to live while bigging up your homeboys that have nothing to offer you. Okay. But they were supposed to consider you. And I feel like all y'all mamas and sisters who constantly uphold your fuck shit ass sons and brothers, and then they come home and dog you out, I'm not about to feel bad for you. Because remember, sister, you felt like Indy was the problem. Remember? You had a lot of concerns about Indy. And I understand why. But I also feel like y'all really shouldn't have no heat for this girl. All of it should be towards Harry. But there was heat for her either way. And we all wondered why. We wondered if it's because she was black. Because she was a black Latina looking girl. Okay? Anyway, he says he doesn't owe her an apology, but he will give her one. And she was like, you starting off with disrespect. Then he starts talking about the burgers. And she like, it's not about that. It's about the way you was talking to me. He gets upset. See, I can't take this shit, bro. And he talking. And she like, this is my fucking house. She screams, it's my fucking house. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say in my house. The fuck? If you want to say what you want to say, get your house. Do that, nigga. And he can't right now. So, yeah. She lets him know what the rules are. Doing all that arguing in front of Indy's daughter. I was like, Indy, you ain't shit. You traumatizing your child for no reason. I can't stand bitches like you. I'm sorry. Because y'all play stupid, but really it's all, it's because it feel good. It feel good. I want to be with him because it feel good. Even though it don't feel good to your motherfucking daughter to be traipsed all up and down the coast so you can run behind this crazy ass nigga that's going to end up right in jail. He's going back to jail, bitch. Look at him. He can't even follow his sister rules at her house. And all she asking is for him not to be disrespectful and come back in her house at a reasonable time. When he said that he may have to risk his freedom again because it's who he is, this is when I would feel like, don't look for no help from me. And this is why I feel like my daddy used to always say, if you did it, don't look for me. If you didn't do it, I'll do everything in my power to get you out. But if you did it, you on your own. My daddy used to always say that to us growing up. So we know if we got in any trouble, don't think that your savior is coming to save you, because I'm not. Okay? That's the problem with people like Harry. Y'all don't do that with them. Y'all keep coming to the rescue for these types of niggas. Okay? And now he feels like he can sit in our face and tell us that he may have to go back to jail. Like, that's hurting us. All of y'all that put money on his books, all of y'all that talk to him and feel bad for him, y'all are stupid. Y'all are fucking stupid. When I tell y'all, if a nigga ever said some shit like that around me, I'd be like, and if you get caught up again, don't call me. Don't ask for nothing. You're in there. You're not out here. I don't care. Do you hear me? Let a nigga tell me some shit like that. I am emotionally detaching from you. You're not doing that to me. You're not about to take me back and forth. Y'all, Lyric got arrested one time over a fucking ticket. One of the hardest nights of my life. I couldn't even sleep until he got out of there. I couldn't even sleep until he got out of there. You're not putting me through that. It's ridiculous, y'all. It is ridiculous the way. And y'all know this goes on all the time. Like, the funny part about Love After Lockup is indicative of what's happening in real life all the time. It's one of the realest shows out. That's why they can give you season after season after season, because there are so many people in these types of stupid fucking relationships. So After he apologized to his sister, he going to get fucked up by his partner house and talk to his homeboy about how he feels pressure from Indy to live this family life. And he didn't even know he would make it to 16. Well, nigga, you made it to 16 and you been making it, making all these promises to this girl. And now that you out, now you want to run. And then, y'all, you know what the homeboy said? Do y'all know what the homeboy said? Do y'all know what this nigga said? And this is why I tell y'all, stop having patience for these niggas. Y'all always think these niggas deserve the benefit of the doubt, and he don't. His friend told him, you know that when you do that to him, talking about cheat on him, because he admitted that he fucked one of the girls in the halfway house like she thought he did, right? Because she found the shit on Facebook. He says he did fuck the girl. And he don't really want to be with the girl like that. He won't fuck the girl when he feel like it, but he don't really want to be with her like that. Allegedly, he loves Indy, right? The homeboy said, well, when you do stuff like that to them, that make them feel like they want to fight harder to keep their man. So his homeboy just told him that cheating on her is going to make her fight harder to keep you. So maybe you should dog her out, because then she going to try harder to make you happy, which should hopefully stop you from leaving her. That's how they think. That's how these niggas think. And the look on his face when his homeboy said that, it was almost like glee that he had been validated in cheating on her and fucking over her. Now he's talking about he want to run. Woo! Harry is low-key jealous of Indy and her family situation. That's why he doesn't care to take her. He doesn't care to take her down and traumatize her and cool. Yeah, he got a fucked up family dynamic for sure. Harry doesn't realize his problem with authority will be his demise. To me, it's not even a problem with authority. This is what's called common sense and self-preservation. Because I feel like in real life, my nigga, like, you don't have no other human being should have authority over another human being unless it's a child and you are a parent. But like in real life, nobody should have authority over another human being. Harry is just stupid, period. It's not even about authority. Do what's best for you in the long run. Do you want to stay in jail for the rest of your life? Okay, so do things that won't get you put back in jail. If you don't want to be with Indy, don't be with Indy. But if you don't want to go back to jail, make better decisions. It's not about authority. It's really about making better decisions, because the better decisions he makes, the more freedom and less authority he'll have to answer to. Child, that shit had me like, wow. That he actually said it. Yes, he told her to traumatize. He told him to traumatize and abuse her. She's gonna love you more. Another black woman so strong shit. Darn, even the friend has her paid. Henry is sad, and his friend is sad. Indy is sorry. Warped immaturity, bruh. Like, he can't even have a conversation with his sister. He can't even apologize to her for talking to her crazy. Like, that nigga don't have common sense. He needs to go back in jail for his lack of control of himself. Harry just has no respect for himself. Self-sabotage at its fullest. Like, that's really what it is. He going back to jail and he doesn't care, child. Yeah, he's giving up. He don't care. He's giving up. He don't have no fucks to give. And that's why nobody else should either. Harry and Indy aren't together anymore, which I'm not surprised. I think it was Harry who ended it because Indy was still acting like they were together until he said it. Of course, because she's pathetic. And that's, so I hate to say it, y'all, but sometimes I feel like y'all be needing to hear the truth. If y'all gonna hear anything from me, you're gonna hear the truth. I'm not doing this. I'm not sugarcoating you doing things like putting your child in harm's way for this nigga. I'm not doing that with you. Pathetic. Bondy, I wish you did panels. The authority conversation would be a great discussion. I do panels. I just don't do everybody's panel. Ain't nobody got time for that. Child. Niggas on panels. Y'all want to be on panels for 16, for 3 hours. No, I'm not doing all that. I got my panel, and it's dead on it. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Rick and Radine, bitch. Let's talk about Rick and Radine. Child, this is what look. First of all, I think it's hilarious because niggas like Rick, y'all kill me. Because y'all literally get with young girls with the hopes that you can control them and that you can impress them with what you have because you're older, right? You use your money and your comfortability to make these girls feel like you're worthy, right? And then girls like Radine flip it on your ass and use that control that she has over you to get what she wants to get out of you. But Radine's teeth, oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, let's start it off with last episode. He spent $700 on lingerie. He should have spent that money on her teeth. He takes his roommate and best friend Ramona. It's all, why do they always have a best friend / roommate with a woman that's their age, but they want to engage in these relationships with women who are old enough to be their fucking grandchildren? It makes no sense. He goes to talk to her dad and stepmom, and he's talking to him about the lingerie. And the dad, you know, it's weird. The dad used to not like the age difference. Of course, you didn't like the age difference. Some old ass 40-year-old man fucking your 18-year-old daughter like you ain't there. Okay? Of course you didn't like that. You shouldn't like that. You honestly shouldn't like the nigga now. Rick thought, I'm sorry, but Rick has been good to Radine, which means that Radine has been a drug addict, out of control meth head that Rick has fallen in love with. And so when she has needed something, Rick has come to her rescue. So now the daddy feels like his old ass is acceptable for his daughter. I don't really think so, but he ain't finna, keep arguing with the nigga about it, I guess, because Radine gonna do what she wanna do anyway. Dad wants Radine to come and live with him when she gets out of jail. Rick thought that she was coming to his house. Shot it always. That's always how it be. Dad says that weed started it. Radine, one of her friends, got her smoking weed, and then after that, she became manipulative. I said, let me tell you something, sir. Y'all gonna stop acting like weed is a gateway drug. If your daughter does meth, your daughter was always gonna do meth. I want you to know. If she had never had a drink, before and decided that she wanted to try meth, she was always going to be a meth head. Do you hear me? And then a lot of times I feel like y'all be on bullshit. Y'all be living in towns where y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all barely got a fucking Walmart. When people live in podunk towns, y'all, all they do is drink and drug because life is depressing. So if they ain't fucking, they drinking and drugging. So the idea that your daughter was going to do anything that it was because of the weed, it's like, it's not because of where you live and the circumstances and being poor and, living in a podunk town. It's not none of that, right? It's not none of that. It's the weed that she tried. Child, please. They said some white girls' rites of passage. Right. She probably been manipulative from the gate. That's what I think. I think she, because white women learn that their tears and all of that, works in their favor. So they learn at an early age to manipulate people with their tears. Babies learn that. Child, anyway. She was supposed to get out that last episode, but ended up not getting out. They thought it was because of COVID, but I think Rick found out that it had something to do with her little girlfriend. Child, either way, she got out of jail. He went to go pick her up, them teeth. Girl. See, this is the thing for me. This is why I could never do drugs like that. Because I don't want to do nothing that's going to fuck up my looks. And when y'all don't care about y'all looks, like that's your first line of defense is your looks. If somebody cringing when they looking at you, my nigga, whoo, that's a good enough reason not to do meth for me. That's a good enough reason not to do meth for me. And she's young. So I'm really like, you know what I'm saying? She what, 29 years old? So for the past 10 years, we've been knowing meth wasn't shit for more than 10 years. So when people get on shit like meth, I really be like, what you thought? What was going through your mind? Yeah, no. She didn't get caught hunching. The other girl got caught hunching. I thought it was her, but it wasn't her. It was the other girl who hasn't gotten out yet. Kevin's old lady. We're going to get to them in a minute. But yeah, the teeth, oh my God. But apparently the reason why she likes to get in trouble is because she's adrenaline junkie. I said, oh, is that what they're calling the meth heads these days? Adrenaline junkies? Okay. Then she pulled a cell phone out of her cooch, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, it just looked like it. throw up in my mouth. Anyway, then she get on the phone with her girlfriend Kay, and Rick is like, listen, I'm not trying to have no third girlfriend. If you want to bring people in every now and again, that's fine. But I'm not here for you bringing in a third person. This relationship that's gonna hinder us from having a family. I said, Rick, what family you gonna have, you old ass nigga? What family you gonna have with this girl, you old ass nigga? What is you talking about? Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Ray Dean said, I don't give a fuck how you feel. Kay ain't going nowhere. And then they go to Ray Dean's people house. They go to Ray Dean people house and they on FaceTime with Kay. Hey, how you doing, baby? It's nice to see your face. I can't wait to meet you in person. All right. All right. Well, you be cool. All right. All right now. Child, Rick was so fucking mad. I was dying laughing. I was like, nigga, what you thought? That girl said her old lady is not going anywhere. And he was like, yeah, she's not going nowhere. She's going to be in jail for 25 years, huh? Child, she might be in jail for 25 years, but she going to be on that motherfucking phone. Okay, for sure. On FaceTime in prison. Child. What y'all said? She said she tried to stick his tongue down her throat. I was like, I'm about to throw up. Ew. They were so happy to meet her, weren't they? You know why? Because they want their daughter with somebody her age. And not some creepy ass old man that they feel like, you know, is being a creepy ass old man. Because her daddy is with a woman his age. So I'm sure he's looking at this nigga like, you a creepy ass old nigga. But my daughter do what she want to do, so I'm gonna leave you be. I'm sure that's what it is. Let's move on, y'all. Kayla and Martel, because apparently people was out here naming their kids Martel like 40 years ago, and we ain't know. And I tell y'all, I ain't never heard of a nigga named Martel until Martel Hope. And now they just coming out the woodwork, 39 years old, named Martel. All right. So y'all, Kayla and Martel, he is getting out of jail. She dressed like a cheap streetwalker with white strappy heels on to go and get him. Okay, she was outside the bus people, you know what I mean? She was outside at the bus station looking like she was waiting on somebody to come pick her up and put her in the backseat of a car for $15. I was sad. She sounds smarter, but she don't look smarter, you know? Because she doing dumb shit, okay? But anyway, she said that she hiding something from him and she hopes they can move past it. Yeah, because he asked a 19-year-old girl, how old is she? She's 33. So they got together when she was like 19 years old, which is crazy as fuck to me. So he expected her from 19 to 33 to not have sex with anybody else. Of course, she did not do that. But he got all these people blowing his phone up when she come to get him from prison. Got all these female friends. He said female friends. He got all these female friends. Okay. All right. He got all these female friends. But the 19-year-old was supposed to put her life on hold for a guy that was incarcerated for 13 years. Okay. And he said it was a blessing. It's a blessing that he was able to find a young girl to control. He got out of jail. He said he'd been selling drugs from 12 to 24. He comes from a pretty wealthy family. I said, so you come from a pretty wealthy family even though you've been selling drugs? Okay, so you're a stupid nigga. All right. She admits that she fucked somebody when he was in jail, but he doesn't need to know. As long as he is satisfied, that's all he needs to worry about. It made her a better lover. They have sex. She says it was good. He says getting a 19-year-old to put her life on hold for a guy incarcerated for 13 years is a blessing. I say it's a travesty. I said it's a travesty. Ain't no motherfucking blessing. I say it's stupid. I say she dumb. I say she shouldn't have did that shit. I say something wrong with you for asking that of her. You wasn't being faithful to her in jail. So why the fuck she was supposed to be faithful to you? And she ain't even in jail, nigga. She not even the one on punishment. You on punishment and you want people to be on punishment with you. Fuck you. I don't know, y'all. Niggas is crazy. So anyway, and the hoes going along with the shit is crazy too. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stop cussing so much. So she in the car with him trying to get him to go over her outfit ratings, you know. And he getting blown up on the phone by all the homeboys and then some women. And when he didn't want to put the phone on speakerphone, she got upset. And then she talked about wanting to put, share location on the phone. He was like, I don't feel good about being tracked. I said, nigga, you being tracked anyway. Sitting up there talking about, they track me on, everything. I say they track you on social media. If you walking around with a cell phone, you are being tracked. You may not want to share your location with her, but if she paid for the phone, she honestly don't even need to. I don't know why she's asking him, because if you paid for his phone, and I know she did, she gave him the phone, then girl, you can always put on the "Where's my phone?" What do you mean? It's your phone. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? It's on all the phones. I was just sitting up here like, girl, why are you asking him? You can find his location because you paid for the phone. So set the phone up and then give it to his stupid ass. The fuck? I was just sitting up there like, girl, why are we even having this conversation? And also, like, I hope you understand you are being tracked. That all you niggas who think y'all living off the grid because you're not sharing your location, okay, pinging off all the cell towers and shit every time somebody call you, but you're not on. Look, you're not being tracked, okay? But she was getting with his ass, talking about, she need to understand. She said, no, you asking for understanding, but you ain't doing no understanding. And what we need from you, nigga, is understanding, But he says it's a lack of trust issues on her end for her to even be asking that of him. And then they go meet his family in a parking lot. Another mama and sister combo. And the sister, she all right for now. The mama feel like the girl been good by her son. So it's, that's how she knows she good people, because she been good by her son. And I just be sitting up there like, so what you thought was going to happen? Like, so if she hadn't proved to be good to your son in jail, tell me what you thought she was coming to get out of it being with a nigga in prison. Y'all really think that women be out here with the ulterior motives? What's the ulterior motive for a nigga in prison? Let me know. He can't do nothing for her. Just because he was able to ask all his other bitches and friends for money instead of asking her for it does not mean she's getting something out of this. Let me know. That's the niece, sister. You look like you old enough to be his sister or niece. Same difference as far as I'm concerned. Younger female person in family that always wants to have an issue with whoever the significant other is. That bitch, her, whoever she is, they're always present. Okay, always with the mammy. Okay. And the cameras everywhere, including Ring, and no one barely carries cash. Like, I don't know what y'all think y'all doing. Girl, you is not off the grid. But they both hiding it outside people from each other. And I thought that was hilarious, girl. They thought they was doing something, hiding something from each other. They a mess. So y'all, Kevin and Tiffany, the wiggers. Okay. The wigger. I'm sorry, y'all. Kevin is giving wigger. So Kevin and his homeboy talk about Tiffany, right? Tiffany's in jail, and if she's hot or not. And they also talk about Kayla. Y'all know Kayla is Kevin's BM, his ex. She's a psycho, and she's known for destroying his property. Okay, she popped up at the restaurant that him and his homeboys were at and says that, she's a stage 5 clinger. And she says that they fuck every Sunday, and then he just cuts her off right after. And she's mad that he's moved on to Tiffany. And Kayla says that she's going to keep popping up because she thinks one day that he's going to change his mind about being with her. And this is when you find out that white girls are no different than black girls when it comes to certain things. Because, y'all, Kayla is pretty. Kayla, Kevin's baby mama, is a pretty, shapely, blonde white woman who is standing outside of a nigga's house screaming and howling pathetically because she hopes that one day he'll want to keep fucking her instead of just fucking her on Sundays when she brings the kids over. I was like, that is so pathetic. Why are you so pretty and this pathetic? I don't understand. It'd be different if she was like, meth by the teeth or something. Stage 5 clinger with a hoopty. Child, she want to be a hood black girl so bad. When they be popping out of cars, acting like your girl from Friday, that hoochie mama. Like, girl, y'all gotta stop watching black people movies and just, you know, be regular white people and just stop. Cause y'all be appropriating us, disrespecting us, acting a fool all at the same time, child. We just gotta sit there and look at y'all. But yeah, I was looking at Kayla like, girl, you so stupid. You pretty. Why? Yeah, she was giving talking about they trying to be a family. Girl, no, you just letting him fuck on you and disrespect you, and now you mad about it. So you gonna keep acting up because you're a white woman. So you know you ain't gonna get no real jail time. You know ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you when you show up to his house to tear shit up. So you gonna keep acting like that because that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. He tries to call Tiffany because Tiffany was supposed to be released, and they weren't telling him why she hadn't been released when she was supposed to be, right? And this is when, you know, next episode we find out that she got in trouble because she was hunching her girlfriend in prison. She doesn't know if he should come and get her, and it's stressing her out, so she just hangs up the phone. I said, so Kevin, you being played like a soybean burger bitch by the girl in jail and stalked by the girl outside of jail. So you got somebody who you got a kid with, who you fuck every Sunday, that wants to be with you. She crazy, but she want to be with you, crying over you, hoping one day that you'll be able to see how amazing she is. And you running behind a girl in prison that got in trouble because she was hunching on another girl in prison. Well, Kevin, you're stupid. Please stop fucking your baby mama and maybe she'll stop acting crazy. Because that's what killed me about you niggas. You niggas have sex with these women, and then when they act crazy, you wonder why. It's because you had sex with her. You had sex with her, and you know that that's how it works. But you only want to, you know what I'm saying? You love to fuck on girls and use that when you want to be with them. But then when you don't really want to deal with them anymore, you might fuck on them every now and again, and then you disregard them and they go crazy. And then you sit up there acting like they the crazy one and they wilding. Stop fucking them. Take some responsibility. Maybe she'll stop destroying your shit if you stop fucking her. Anyway, y'all, then we find out that old girl Tiffany got her a little homeboy that she went to school with. Now, the homeboy Curtis, his name is Curtis. He said that he's never dated Tiffany, but they've been talking for about 5 years. They actually got really, really cool after high school, and they stopped talking around the time that she got arrested. And so she hit him up on Facebook 5 years later, and they've been talking ever since. And at this point, is he gonna do whatever for her? So now Tiffany is in jail with two niggas fighting over her. Amazing. Okay. Bondy, I just needed to tell you, look at that first interview with Ari and Tasha K with Funky Dineva. Then she posted Saturday, but she wants to end it. I don't know what you're saying to me. That I don't know what you mean. I don't know what interview you talking about. I don't follow her, so I don't know. And honestly, I'm over. I am over Ariane, y'all. I don't even care about that anymore. Can we move on? Can we, please? I've already talked about Ariane saying that she's suicidal. That's old news, love. We've all talked about that already. That's old news. Y'all be acting like something new happened. Wasn't that last week? Like, wasn't that last week when she said that? And everybody has already done videos about it. Heavenly did a video about it. Funky did a video about it. I talked about it. We've all talked about it. Like, yeah, 2 weeks ago. Like, she all right? She's still here, ain't she? Okay, then. Didn't she get online when the show premiered and talked about how they were still using her for a storyline? Okay, she okay. I don't know what I need to watch anything else about Ariane Curry for. Let's move on to Taylor and Chance. Y'all, Taylor and Chance are very problematic to me. So she picks him up from jail, and he talks about how he was high as a kite when he robbed a bank, probably high on meth. He did all the drugs, okay? And Taylor came in and saved him. She makes him want to be a better man. So he, she came and got him from jail. Their car actually ended up stalling in the parking lot and they needed a jump. So they get back to the house and Chance is talking about how he doesn't like that her sister Bobby doesn't help her. And he's going to try to, use his authority in his house to basically, fix that situation. I guess he feels like eventually he'll be able to push Taylor's sister Bobby out of the household, and he says it's because, it's not healthy for Bobby to be there because she's an ex-felon as well and all of this type of shit. But the truth of the matter is he doesn't want to have to fight for Taylor's attention. And she already got the 3 kids and now you got the sister. So he doesn't want to have to fight for her attention. So he's going to eventually use his, as he said, what was the wording that he used? He's gonna use his position in the house because he lives there too to get her out. I was just like, his authority. He's gonna use his authority. I was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. He was talking all that shit in a confessional, but when him and Bobby are introduced to each other, he shook her hand and act like he didn't want no problems. He didn't want no issues, but it looks like he absolutely does. He's just gonna wait a little while before he starts acting a fucking fool and making Taylor choose between him and her twin sister. He plays with her 2 daughters. Her daughters were very happy to finally meet him in person, and she's happy that her kids will have a father figure. Problem number 1. This is the problem that I have with all of you women, and it's because y'all never, I don't know what's wrong. Do you not know that people rape kids? Do you not know that people, grape juice the children? Do you not know that? It's very bothersome to me when you let someone who just got out of jail, who you don't know like that, be all around and affectionate with your kids. You don't know him. And those children are already too emotionally dependent upon him. And now you finding it to be an issue because one of your daughters flips out because he was giving the younger daughter attention in the moment, throwing her up in the air, and she wanted him to throw the ball with her. So she got upset and ran off. He's only been there for a few days and already your 2 daughters are fighting for his attention. You did something wrong when you introduced them to him before he even got out of jail. So if you want to be worried about that now, about how attached they are to him already, that's your fault. You shouldn't have never invited him into your family life like that until you had dated him outside of jail. And you damn sure shouldn't have been referring to him as a father figure to your young, impressionable daughters that are looking for a father figure. You should be ashamed of yourself. I'm sorry. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because these are the situations that leave children and young girls open to be taken advantage of by mommy's boyfriend. But because mommy's so fucking thirsty for a man, and for somebody to help her, she's going to accept help from somebody that could be harmful to her fucking children. I cannot. So Chance finds out right after getting his license reinstated that he still has parking citations on his license from 2018. He's trying to get a job with a friend of Taylor's, but he needs his license to be current, right? Because they can do the insurance. And when they went to check it, he still had those citations, but she was like, well, you just got your license today. So it may not have went through in the system, in the insurance system that it's corrected. So just let's give it a minute. He didn't want to give it a minute. He wanted to be mad and self-pity. And this is why I don't try. This is why I don't do this. This shit is too fucking hard. Flipping out, talking to her crazy, talking down on her like she's stupid because she can't help him figure it out. You ask her for her help, and then when she tries to help and she's telling you it's probably, it probably just gonna take some time. Get out the way. You know what you're talking about. Let me try, Well, don't fucking call me over here and ask me for my help. But he isn't handling his anger or the situation well. And so now she's scared. And I'm just kind of like, duh, bitch. Duh. That's why you don't do all of the stupid shit you were doing. Y'all, I cannot. Let's not forget he kissed one of the daughters on the mouth. I missed that part, but when they first got there and he was sitting next to the daughter, I was just like, do not like this. Do not like this. That man is abusive and controlling. Caught alive, yay. Hey, the physical contact right off the job between Chance and the girls is inappropriate. I was like, it's way too much. Way too much. Way too much. I became a victim. My mom moved and her boyfriend fresh out of jail. Oh, Kenyon, I'm so sorry, love. I know that's how that happens. I know. Because people don't realize niggas be in jail for the shit they got caught for doing, not for all of the shit that they have done. So you don't know who somebody is when they in jail. He was so touchy with those kids. I was so uncomfortable. I can imagine what happened to Taylor as a child. Her clinging to this man and the sister who has her own past with jail. Her poor daughters. Like, oh my God. Wish y'all not like the video. He was so touchy with those kids. Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Yes, Kenyon. He's playing a guilt game on her so she can do what he wants her to do. Okay, start the manipulation process immediately. He didn't even knock on the room door. He just walked straight in. Oh no. Oh no. And see how the little girl pants was falling down and no one did anything. Oh my God. This is who. We're gonna wait on it, but I don't like it. I don't like what it feels like. I don't like what it looks like. I feel bad for those kids, and I really hope he hasn't done anything to them, but I'm gonna pray on them little girls because that shit, get ready to fuck up your kids for the rest of their life, Taylor. Jesus Christ. Y'all, lastly, Lacey and Antoine. Y'all, motherfucking Lacey and Antoine blew my mind. First of all, Antoine is still in jail. Y'all know Lacey is dating Antoine, and she was friends with Antoine's mom, Christy, right? So she goes to have a conversation with Christy because shit has been, it's been difficult between the two of them since she started getting serious with Antoine. Well, we thinking that the mama is about to be like, stay your old ass away from my son. He got enough problems. But oh no, first of all, when we get there, she was like, Christy has a problem drinking. She's been drinking and drinking and drinking. I said, she not just drinking, she on drugs too. Like the high that she was like, I was just, y'all, I don't know. I feel like everybody be trying to call shit a weed high or alcohol high, and they really be on other shit. Because the way Christy was sitting there ordering her drink, I was like, she is not drunk. That lady is high, about to get drunk. But she gave me downer high. Downer high, okay? And I don't know what downer it may have been, but I'm trying to understand who drove her there and who's going to drive her home, because she damn sure don't need to drive herself. Lacey sat down with her and she basically just started saying that Lacey is naive and her son is a fucking monster in these streets. And he lies to her. She doesn't even know half the shit that he's doing now. And she needs to leave him alone because he ain't no good. He gonna come right to his mama when he get out of jail. And I was just like, I'm confused. Do you want your son for yourself? Because a lot of you, do you see your son as your son or as a man that you want to fuck? Let us know. Because it was weird at the end when you was like, he's gonna come right home to his mama after you finish talking about how ain't shit he is. See, it's one thing to love your son and then ignore all of his negative traits. It's another thing for you to know he ain't shit and still feel like he gonna come home to me. And especially watching you be high like this and seeing that boy is only 27 years old and what he done been through. What did you do, Christy? Why are you fucked up like this, Christy? What did you do? It don't just be the men, y'all. It don't just be the men. It don't just be the men. What the fuck did Christy do? Because Christy was definitely giving me, I'm high because I know that I have fucked over my son. And I know he's fucked up because of me. What did you do? I'm just saying, y'all, that lady was fucked up. And then that lady talked terrible about her son and then turned around and said he gonna come home to his mama. What's going on? Chance was on that show. I almost got away with it. How? With his stupid ass. I would listen to everything his mother was saying, and I would have continued to pay for those drinks just to get more tea out of her, period. Instead of walking away because you don't want to hear the truth of the matter. Like pills with drinks. Yes. That's what it was given to me. It was giving, I have a prescription, and that's what I showed up here on. And now I'm going to get drinks so I can make sure that the high from the prescription lasts longer. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know. The son seems like he's her drug dealer too. The truth was falling out of her veins and jaws. Hey D, she probably blacks out. I'm thinking of what she did and also what other things happened to her. Oh yeah. A lot of mothers don't realize that they can be in their child's life and still be a deadbeat. Definitely a hard 27. Ain't it though? So yeah, y'all. That situation is very precarious. Very, very precarious to me, girl. Oh, she on pills and potions, but not overdose. Pills and potions, we're overdosing. Hate you, but I still love you. I felt hungover just bruh. I was just like, I feel like I'm about to throw up, bitch. You making me feel you making me feel like I'm on a motherfucking tilt-a-whirl right now. God damn. Yeah, these people are problematic as fuck. But anyway, y'all, I'm done. I'm about to go ahead and get out of here because I still have to work out. And y'all know, I got more shit to watch. So hopefully I'll be able to come to you guys tomorrow for a BondyBlue show, maybe around like 11 a.m. And then I'll get back to scripted and all of that because I still haven't watched any of the All Americans, I haven't watched any of that shit. So yeah, I have to go back and watch it. But we're gonna get back into it all. We'll get back into the flow of things, but I'll probably come to y'all with a BondyBlue show tomorrow morning. All right. So I love you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed me today like I enjoyed y'all. And we'll talk later. Yes, I am doing the panel tonight. The only reason I wasn't on the panel last week is because I was on vacation. Okay. But I will be on Jaylee's Corner tonight. All right. Peace out.